Hello, and welcome to another episode in the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. My name is Jason Perkins. I'm an attorney who specializes in handling Georgia workers' compensation cases. I created this series of videos to provide people who've been hurt at work in Georgia with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation laws and the benefits they should receive under those laws. Now, let's jump straight into today's topic. Today, I'd like to talk to you about how adjusters pay workers' compensation checks. Now, this video is going to refer to how benefits are paid under Georgia's workers' compensation law. Each state has different workers' compensation rules, so it's important to be sure that you're focusing on the rules that apply to the state for your workers' compensation claim. Under Georgia's workers' compensation law, there's four basic types of workers' compensation checks or benefits that might be paid in your claim. There are temporary total disability benefits, temporary partial disability benefits, permanent partial disability benefits, and a settlement. Now, temporary total disability benefits and temporary partial disability benefits are wage loss benefits. They're benefits that are paid to you because your injury impairs your ability to earn. Temporary total disability benefits are paid if you're unable to earn anything as a result of your workers' compensation injury. And temporary partial disability benefits are paid to you if you're able to earn something, but your earnings are reduced because of your workers' compensation injury. Permanent partial disability benefits are benefits that are paid to you if you suffer a permanent impairment or loss of use as a result of your workers' compensation injury. And a settlement is an agreement to accept a certain lump sum amount of money and in exchange give up your future workers' compensation rights. Temporary total, temporary partial, and permanent partial disability benefits are generally paid to you on a weekly basis, where most settlements are usually paid to you in a lump sum. So let's talk about when these benefit payments are made, or when do they start? Well, it depends on the type of benefit that you're receiving. Temporary total and temporary partial disability benefits are generally paid to you weekly, but they may not be paid to you immediately as soon as you come out of work. Under the workers' compensation law in Georgia, an insurance company has a short period of time to investigate your case and make a decision about whether they are going to pay benefits to you or deny your claim. This period of time is usually 21 days from when you come out of work. So when you come out of work, those benefits may not be started immediately while the insurance company is doing their investigation. The law gives them 21 days to either pay you benefits or make a decision that they are denying your claim. With permanent partial disability benefits, there are usually three things that must occur in order for these benefits to be paid. First, you have to have a permanent impairment rating, and the doctor must indicate that you are at maximum medical improvement. Also, you must not currently be receiving temporary total or temporary partial disability benefits. If you're still receiving those benefits, then even if you have a permanent partial disability rating and you reach maximum medical improvement, the insurance company doesn't start paying you permanent partial disability benefits until you stop receiving the temporary total and temporary partial disability benefits. With regard to a settlement, the settlement is paid after the workers' compensation judge approves the settlement, and the insurance company must pay it within 20 days of when the workers' compensation judge approves the settlement. Now, how are workers' compensation benefits in Georgia paid? Well, there are two ways that benefits can be paid. The default way is by mail. The insurance company should mail a check through the United States Postal Service. Again, this is the default way in Georgia. The other way that benefits are paid is through direct deposit. However, both you and the insurance company must agree in order for payments to be made via direct deposit. So currently, there is no way in Georgia to force the insurance company to make direct deposit payments. So now that we know what type of benefits there are and when those benefits should be paid and how they're paid, let's talk about when they have to be paid. In other words, is there a time when benefits are late? Well, yes, there is. And again, it depends on the type of benefit. In Georgia, the weekly benefits must generally be mailed by a certain period of time. The insurance company's requirement is they get it in the mail with the United States Postal Service with proper postage. If they do that on time, then what happens to that check afterward does not necessarily make the check late. In other words, a check could be mailed on time. If the United States Postal Service takes a week or a month to get the check to you, it's not going to necessarily result in the insurance company having been late in payment of those benefits. Now, when the check has to be mailed by depends on where the check is being mailed from. If the check is being mailed from outside of Georgia, it has to be mailed earlier than the check is being sent from within Georgia. The basic idea here is it's going to take longer for the check to get to you if it's being mailed from outside of Georgia. Usually you look at with weekly benefits like temporary total disability, temporary partial disability, or permanent partial disability, the pay period that the insurance company is paying you for. In other words, if you're paying you benefits from January 14th through January 20th, those benefits must be mailed by a certain period of time within that pay period to be on time. If it's being mailed from in Georgia, the insurance company's own time, if they mail it by the last day of the pay period. If it's being mailed from outside of Georgia, it has to be mailed 3 days earlier than that. Now, with regard to settlement payments, again, the insurance company's going to have to mail checks by a certain time period. If they're mailing it from in Georgia, they need to mail it by day 20 from when the settlement's approved. If they're mailing it from outside of Georgia, they need to mail it 3 days earlier than that. So there's a period of time that the insurance company must pay the check in order for it to be on time. But what happens if the workers' compensation checks are late? Well, the insurance company is going to owe a late penalty. With regard to weekly benefits, that late penalty is generally 15% of the benefit amount that's late. With regard to settlements or payments of benefits under a judge's workers' compensation award, the late penalty is 20%. I hope you found the information in this video helpful. If you have, please consider 2 things before you go. First, I'd really appreciate if you give this video a like or a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to this channel if you'd like to be notified of future videos in the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. Second, if you've got workers' compensation questions, please reach out to get answers. I offer free consultations in Georgia workers' compensation cases. If you'd like to set one of those up, there's 2 easy ways you can do so. The first is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, and the other is by reaching out to us to our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. Just click on and submit the free consultation request form there, and a member of our team will reach out to you and get a consultation scheduled. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today. I'd like to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injuries.